Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the old guy Jack here. I took my list that I published on Yamaha Enduro fans on Facebook, and I went to my parts bin and I started looking for parts. So here's the list, and here's some of the things we found. All right, we got a gas cap with a key, a genuine Yamaha key. I bet you that doesn't match my ignition key though, so I'll have to carry two keys. Rubber looks still good in it. Still, maybe I replaced it. And it does have the pin with a little tiny E-clip on it, so that's good. This is the grommet that goes around the back mount for the gas tank, and I suspect it should have a collar on the inside, but maybe that collar is built into the pin that it goes over. I'm not real sure, and I'm in a different building than the bike is. So that's the correct part number. It has a special washer, and I didn't have anything listed under that part number, so I grabbed these two and hoping that one of them will be close. I found these, which are the little rubber washers that go under the two bolts that hold the petcock up to the gas tank. I had these, I call them hockey pucks. These are the front, grommets, mounts, whatever you call them, for the gas tank. Two of them. And I had these little guys, which are the little hairpins that hold the seat pins in place. And I had a petcock. It appears to be almost correct. The problem I have is that the rubber in here is pretty hard, so I'm not sure if it'll hold against the gas or not. I'll try and put a little petroleum jelly on it or something and maybe hit it with some warm water and warm it up a little bit, but that won't last, I don't think. So I'll probably have to see if I can find one, because I'm not positive this is the correct petcock for this bike. I'm sure it'll fit. I have no qualms about that. And it is a downward outlet, which is what shows in the parts diagram. But I'm concerned about this little selector gasket rubber thingy under here that guides the gas. And then what else did I find? As I was going through things, I found this, which I had forgotten to put on the list. So this is the spring that holds the kickstand up. I knew I needed that. And this is the cap with cork gasket for the oil tank. I had forgot I needed that. So we got a bunch of the stuff we need. Trying to look through here and see what else. Oh, a speedo cable. It's a used one. It may or it may not work. I don't know which bike it came off of. You can see my hanging cables over there that I just take them off and keep them. I don't know, sometimes I might need one, but this has got an interior cable in it and it spins freely. So it may work. What else? I need an 8mm by 50mm bolt for the right foot peg, and I didn't find that up here. I think that's in a box up where the bike is. I got a box of bolts up there. So let's get to work on that DT250. Well, I went up to my stash, and this part of the number for this petcock valve is the same as for the DT250A. This part of the number determines which machine it goes on, and in this case it was YDS3. The 156 is the early 250s, two-cylinder street bikes, and then the Big Bear. So I took out this old hard one and replaced it with this one, which I had in stock, which I got from yombits.com, and its part number is WSH093. That's with Yombits. So if you're looking for one, that's where you can find it. Now, this is in reserve here. Cap is closed. We can blow through, but I'm not sure if I should have a vent in here. It's building up pressure when the lid's closed. And that works slick. Okay. So when we put it in the off position, it turns off. I think the one for the YDS3 is maybe just a hair thicker. I know it's thicker than this one, but it's hard to judge on that because this thing is just like a rock. Say we're in the off position, and I cannot blow through it. Let's go to the on position. And I can blow through it, but again, it comes up with pressure, back pressure. This is a pretty good cap. Not a lot of rust on it. So I think it's got the pucks up there, the hockey pucks up there. It's got the petcock on here. It's got the gas cap on here. The only thing left to put on is this. And this is the grommet that goes in here. Well, folks, from this point forward, all the work I did on the bench, my camera was not pointed right. It was, all the work I was doing was down below the camera. So anyway, the petcock is installed, and I think it's going to work just fine. So the tank is done, and I started working on the front brake, and I ran into problems there. But that'll be a different video. So I'm sorry for all the video that just didn't show up. It wasn't worth putting in there. You couldn't see what I was doing at all. So folks, here it is in all its glory. Petcock works. Getting easier to turn. The new grommet is in here. That goes on this point here. The new gas cap is installed. Just Charlie's barking at birds. I cleaned all this up. I had paint on it. As you can see, I just sprayed this thing down inside and everything. So I'm gonna have to rinse this out with something that will take that out of there, down in the sink. I'm gonna have to take this cap off and unplug this. You see this little hole, this tiny hole right there by my fingernail? Well, that's the vent hole, and there's holes in the rubber underneath that. Charlie, shut up. There's holes in the rubber underneath that allow the tank to vent. And the way it is now, it doesn't vent. So, that's it. See you next time. All right. Charlie's over there trying to find a mouse, digging through one of my cabinets. And I'm here trying to figure this gas cap out, why it won't vent. Now, you got this little tiny hole right here, and that has this kind of ridge in between there, and it goes over to this little tiny hole right here. But also up here, there's this indent here that allows the air to go through. But this particular area here seems to have some kind of a rubber or something in it. I can't imagine that it's supposed to be there. You can see, hopefully, that it tends to come out. So I'm going to take it out. I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have. This whole thing is rubber. Oh, I see. I thought this was a piece of metal. So no, this is supposed to be this way. And I maybe just ruined it. No, I don't think so. But I think one of the holes was plugged. And I'm going to kind of go over it with Dremel here. See what I can do. Whoops. Tearing up my it's actually a packing cover, I guess. So, this is supposed to have a hole. So, it's got the hole in one end. And how does it work? It goes through there, comes out the other end, and then there's a hole up here that vents to the outside. So I have to get these aligned properly here. and then align it properly up here, and we should be good. We can do our test again then. Trying to do this with one hand. I'm going to put you down. Maybe I'll do a tripod here with my selfie stick. I tried using the head strap method with this GoPro before, and I ended up just losing a whole bunch of footage because it doesn't work. Well, let me see if I got that well. Let me run this again. Not too fast. I guess they do this to make sure that the gas doesn't splash out of the tank. That looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get the one up here. I could take it off and do it. And then get that groove cleaned out. So this is totally different than the other ones I've worked on. And I got an DT3 that has a problem now too. So I'm gonna have to get at that pretty soon. I don't think there's any more holes or anything in there that need to be treated. So let me just, that hole goes through. So this up here is where the top hole has to be. So this one goes here. No. This one goes here. That's not right. If this goes down here, it just goes straight through. I don't understand. Huh. Well, everything is all cleaned up. Let me put the screws in and see if I can blow through it again. And see if it's still, well, I shake like a leaf here. And you know I shouldn't be doing this with this. I'm going to end up losing one of these little tiny screws down that hole. I got lucky on the first one. That one started. And I think that one started. All right, now what we do, lock that down, then we come over to here, we put this in on, and if we blow through here, it should not build up pressure. Whoops, let me get over here. You know what? I'm missing a part in there. I got to take it apart again. See that thing? That goes in there. Dummy. Charlie's just having a terrible time over there getting at that mouse. Aren't you, Charlie? Just a terrible time. All right. So we do it nice because we do it twice. I think he's convinced himself that it's not over on the other side, so he's moved to a different location now trying to get in, and he can't get in there either. All right, now, how does this work? All right, this goes like this. You see here, I don't know that it matters which way it is. I guess I'll find out. Where's my little pick here? That's all right. So this hole ends up right here, and then this hole ends up right here, I think, or vice versa. Pressure comes through here. All right, it hits this right here, and through this little wiggle here, it goes over to here, which then vents out here. Is that correct? Let's try again and see what happens. All right, now let's test it. We're turned on. over here. Reserve would be, I don't know, let's see. Yeah. So we're on. Off is over this way. Reserve is up. Okay. What we're going to do is blow through there. With nature's air compressor. It's still building up some pressure. But the volume of my air going through there, I'm sure, is much more than the amount of gas that goes out. So, if we turn it off, can't blow through it at all. Turn it to reserve. It vents out. Slowly, but it vents out. So I think that might be working. So I think we have a working gas tank now. At least I hope we do. Because I don't know what else to do with it. All right, what are we gonna do next? I guess we'll put it on the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one.